Welcome back to Garza Gaming Channel. Today we're looking at Karon for the very first time in the history of the channel. Right now, today we're going to be on the PTS server and we're going to be playing against hard bots. So the way this video is going to go is I'm going to give you a brief overview on the various different abilities for this god. We're going to talk about what build I'm going to use initially when he goes live this Tuesday, July 11th. And of course, we're going to be testing him on our stream because y'all know we stream every Tuesday at 11th Eastern Standard Time on our Twitch channel in the morning, right? So we're going to talk about what build I'm going to use right out of the gate that I think is going to work well for this guy, and then we're going to put that build to the test against some hard bots on the PTS server, right? To see how this god works against other enemies in arena, right? To see if he's fluid, to see how that build is going to work for him, and then we'll wrap it up. So let's not waste any more time. Let's check out his kit. Okay, so let's first talk about Charon's abilities, right? So his number one is very awesome, and in fact, it does multiple things, right? So his number one does damage. It has a trail that does damage, and also that trail also slows. And if you connect with a god, it does a small AoE silence around that god that lasts for 1 second, which is really, really awesome, dude. And I'm going to talk through them, and then we're going to see them in action here shortly, right? So his number two is like a circle type attack, as you can see here. It also does damage, but it's also a debuff, man. It actually debuffs the enemy's attack speed by 30%, which is ridiculous, right? But to add more salt to the wound, it also puts a debuff on them that as soon as you hit them with a basic attack, you gain a shield, right? And the shield keeps stacking up to 15% of Chiron's max health, which is really, really awesome. In fact, I believe once that enemy has this debuff on them, not only do you get the shield, but the rest of your party gets the shield. But let me double check to make sure. It says after a short delay, Karon creates a rift in the underworld area and does damage, marking and dealing to all gods. Marked gods are revealed. So if you do this on a Loki or an Izanami, they're going to be revealed, so they can't go invis, and have their attack speed reduced by 30%, which is very, very big. Additionally, anytime an ally god hits the marked god once per ability or basic attack, the ally god gains a shield for 3 seconds. So yeah, the shield is not only for you, but also for your allies. That is huge, dude. Very, very big. And then his number three, right? It's kind of his escape. It's like a tidal wave ride, right? So with this, what it does damage if you go through people. Plus, it roots anybody for 1 second, and everybody tries to run behind you, they get rooted for half a second. Plus, it gives you 100% movement speed when you use this. So I think this was pretty much going to be our escape for this guy, which is really, really awesome. And then we go to his ult, right? His ult is when he throws that big old tidal wave forward, and it does damage. And if it connects with an enemy, it will fear them. Additionally, all the allied guys that wave goes through actually gives them protections buff, which is really, really nice. And if they're within 60 units of the main head of that wave, your allies also get a movement speed buff of 40%, which is huge. So let's go ahead and see these in action, right? So his number one, like I said, is a straight line in attack. Now, I put my number one on instacast, but just for demonstration purposes, I'm going to take all these instacasts off just so you can see pretty much how they're lined up, right? So his number one, again, as you can see, it's a straight line attack, medium to long range, actually. And with it, as soon as you connect with somebody, it does that circle around them, right? Because that's what it has, the multiple abilities, like we said. You know, it has that slow duration, it has that silence. So anything around that one circle right there, anybody within that circle is going to get silenced for 1 second. So you feel like that, boom. Done deal, right? Now his number two, and that was his number one. His number two is a circle type attack, almost like a Chiron, right? Not Charon, but the Chiron's attack, where you throw it in. It has a slight delay, and then it does damage, and then it does all the goodies like we talked to earlier. And then his number three is a straight line attack, where he rushes, right? And when he rushes, as you can see, there's different aspects from the side and the middle. I believe the middle has the actual root, I believe. It does damage, and then it slows, I believe. So after there's a short delay, oh no, that's not it. Okay, so it has damage, it has a root, and then it has wake root. So I guess in the middle, they're rooted for 1 second, where on the sides and behind, they're rooted for, or on the sides, they're rooted for a half a second. So you just throw it through there, boom, done deal. And then his ult, man. His ult goes for a long way. Let's see how far. Let's see if we can get it from there. You chunk his ult, and it does that, like I said, that fear against the enemies. And it keeps on going. It doesn't stop. It keeps on going. So I want to see how far. Does it even say a range on this thing? I don't think it even says a range, dude. You might be able to snipe people from literally your base to their base. Oh, by the looks of it. I mean, I don't see no range on these. But then again, I don't see really ranges on any of the other ones. Now, before we go into our build that we're going to use for the very first time for Charon, right? Let me not gloss over his basic attack abilities and his passive, which is very important, right? So anytime that somebody dies around Charon, he gets their souls, right? And it starts stacking up. And then you'll see it stacking up right here on the very top, where that little identifier over his profile, right? You'll see the numbers go up, the more souls he gets, right? So once he goes back to the fountain, those souls are going to get converted to health, right? So for every soul you get, what is it? I believe 2. What does it say? Charon's assisted range, blood drive. There's essence presence for 8 seconds. 1 gold. When Charon returns to the base, the soul stacks gain permanent 2 health per stack, up to a maximum of 350 health. And this is permanent health, right? So you can literally get an extra 350 health free with this. It's like getting a free item, which is really, really awesome with passive. And then his basic attack does 35 damage plus 1.5 additional damage per level, plus 20% of his magic power. So that's pretty strong, dude. And one thing that I've noticed, and you're going to see with the build that we're going to talk about here in a second, the way I play Charon, he's more of a hybrid type god, right? He's supposed to be a guardian, but to tell you the truth, I kind of play him like a magical hunter. As you can see with this build, I'm going to be building a high attack speed with passive damage. But hey, man, that's enough talking about his abilities. Let's check out the build. Okay, so here we go with our very first build for Charon. Today's build, we're going to use Doom Orb, Cyclopean Ring, Polynomicon, Demonic Grip, Talcon's Ring, and Typhoid's Fane, right? As you can see, this is a very unique blend of high attack speed, penetration, a little bit of cooldown, and a high passive damage. And that's what I think is going to work out very well for this guy. Before we get too far in this video, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe and turn on those notifications. We intend to put out videos weekly, and we're now streaming live every Tuesday at 11:30 Eastern Standard Time on our Twitch channel, right? So Charon, man, is he going to be the new range mage hunter? I don't know, but we're about to find out. Let's get into it. Okay, so here we go with our very first build for Charon, right? Now today we're on the PTO server playing with and against hard bots, right? So don't put too much emphasis on how much damage we're doing or how many kills we get, right? It's all about testing out the build. Hopefully we get a full build and seeing how it works with this god's kit. And I can tell you right now, man, today's been pretty stressful. This is my 8th attempt at doing this video. The game has crashed 7 out of the last 8 times I've played it, and it seems to crash when there's a lot of stuff on the screen. There's a lot of AoEs and stuff on the screen, so I don't know if that's a bug or what, but I'm definitely gonna have to report it after I'm done with this video. So if you're having this issue on your end, it is not your computer, it's the freaking game, let me tell you, because I have a beast of a system, so it's definitely not my computer. I can guarantee you that. So yeah, but anyway, but getting back to this build, right? Yeah, I know Karon is a guardian, dude. Yes, I got it. He's a guardian. But to me, he's a mage hunter. And that's how I play him, man. And this build should work out beautifully to allow him to do some really, really nice damage. Because, man, his kit gives you so many debuffs and buffs that it just works out beautifully with that added attack speed and passive damage that we're going to get from this build, man. Look at that. He's just craziness, dude. Let me see if I can do something. Let me go back and get some. Man, again, we're playing with freaking bots, dude. So, I mean, it is what it is. Now, he does go live Tuesday, July 11th. Of course, that's our stream day, right? As y'all know, we stream on our channel every Tuesday at 11:30 Eastern Standard in the morning. And this Tuesday is not going to be any different. I'm really looking forward to testing 10.7 out with all my Reapers. Because I tell you what, this guy, has the potential to be pretty good, man, to tell you the truth. You know how some of these guys are really powerful when they first come out, and then next thing you know, they just get nerfed to oblivion like they did with the Baron and Merlin. To tell you the truth, I would not be surprised if this god also gets nerfed, but hopefully not anytime soon. Alright. Now I can tell you too that with this playstyle of playing him like pretty much like a mage hunter, you gotta be careful, man, because it's gonna be opened up to a lot of CC. Now, of course, you can build them various different ways. You can build them heavy, super heavy with max protections and go that route. I just elected to build them more as a full damage mage hunter type, build. Now, like I said, once we go live, for some reason that just doesn't work because of chain CC teams or that, then we'll adjust on the fly. But this is definitely going to be the first build that we try out on Tuesday. Now, as you saw, I did something I usually never do, and that's start off with that Doomor, right? And the reason being is that Doomor is going to give us that mobility that we need, because as you can see, his escape is pretty much his number 3, and his ult you can actually use in escape as well. But other than that, dude, he doesn't have any leap, he doesn't have no invis or nothing crazy like that. So having that extra movement speed just really works well with this guy. Dude, that root that you get from his 3 is freaking amazing, man. Or the shields you get from his 2 is freaking amazing. Let me get back so we can get that minion, because I'll tell you right now, bots do not like getting minions for some reason. Alright, now, and that's another reason I use that Doomor, right? So Doomor, you get the passive damage that you're always going to get stacks on. As playing as a mage hunter, you're always going to be hitting minions, so your Doomor buff should always be up, to tell you the truth. Oh, come on, you might do. Oh, come on, you're going to pay for that. Freaking bots. Of course, they never miss. Yeah, she paid with her life on that one. Messed up my double kill, man. I had him lined up. I was gonna do that rush root and kill him. It's all good though. Yeah, look at that. That's pretty awesome, dude. They did a good job on the artwork for this guy for sure. For sure. Now another cool aspect of this too is the fact that not only do you get the shields, by hitting the enemy when they have that debuff on them, but your team also gets shields. So that works out beautifully.
An impressive battle. That's 2 souls well earned.
That basic attack going to work, baby. Alright, get out of here because they're going to start focusing me. Like garbage CC.
You must find stronger allies. Pathetic mortal. Double kill.
Meow. Yeah, I added a little bit of cooldown reduction with that cycling ring or whatever the heck it's called, and it seems to work out pretty well. His attacks don't have the longest cooldown, but it's pretty much going to be situational, to tell you the truth, depending on your place on how heavy you are with attacks versus basic attacks, right? So obviously, if you're not going to play him as a basic attack oriented type god, then obviously you probably will elect to get more cooldown reduction. But for the way we're playing him with this build, we should be fine. Let's see how far that goes. Oh, she already went there. I'm trying to see how far my wave goes. Yeah, that wave looks like it goes to infinity. To infinity and beyond. Look at that, dude. That's just crazy. My shield again. Boom. Meow.
You must find stronger allies.
Dude, he lined up that Karon all perfectly, didn't he? Okay, Polynomicon. Now, Polynomicon, I elected to put this in the number 3 spot because it's going to benefit very well from that Doom Orb, dude. Polynomicon on this guy is just about as awesome as on Freya, to tell you the truth. Look at them all coming at me. Oh, we got him, big man. Alright, good deal, good deal. My guys some shields. Con, you ain't getting me this time. Ooh, that probably not going to work, boy. Unfortunately, we were too low on health. Now again, we're playing against hard bots with hard bots, so don't worry about the teamwork because it's non-existent. Or anything else for that matter, or anybody getting me. Let's concentrate on his attacks and how well it works with the build. As you can see, it's working out really well, dude. He's just like swinging that war like he's going to town, boy. Alright, attack speed buff would not hurt either. This guy's actually kind of fun, to tell you the truth. He's a lot of fun. There we go. A ranged guardian, dude. This is so freaking amazing. Now, Jamoja is a ranged guardian, but I think this guy's kit's way better than Jamoja's, to tell you the truth. Sucker, I got out of there before you can get me with that ult. He's still trying to come at me.
An upgrade for my trusty
Good deal. Over peeps. Boom, see ya. Golly, dude. And keep in mind that his number 3 not only is an escape and a root, but it also does damage. So that's really awesome, dude. Ah, see, freaking,
Impressive. Claim their bounty. An impressive battle. That's too short. It's just begun.
minions have reached your portal.
There are still many more foes to slay. Triple kill. Only one remains. Do not wish to claim. What a rampage. Triple kill.
yeah, you better be glad you double team me, boy.
Just begun.
Let's go. We might be able to finish out the build. That's what I'm hoping for, to tell you the truth. So far, the build's working out beautifully, dude. I'm telling you, pretty much using him as a mage hunter is working out very, very well. Very well. Now, later on, once he goes live, I'll try, other different play styles as well to see if there's a better one. But for right now, I think his bread and butter is going to be made as a ranged hunter, to tell you the truth, a mage hunter. Kind of supporting your team with the debuffs and then going in and doing some real nice damage. Look at that passive damage, boy. Yeah, let's see if we can kill some more.
Double kill.
Ooh-wee.
Your ally has met their untimely end. An ally has been slain.
Yeah, having that debuff for those Telkine's ring works out really well too. Or demonic grip, whichever one it is. Now, unlike Karon, where when you're rushing, you can still basic attack. With his number 3, you cannot basic attack. It's pretty much.
Met their untimely end.
What was it? Yeah, it's the Talcon's ring, right?
Minions have reached
Demonic grip is the okay, yeah. So the strip is the demonic grip. It works out really, really nice against those heavies for sure.
impressive battle. That's two
Yeah,
souls
boy,
well
the computer hardly ever misses, man. You got a sidestep. Okay, so we got a full build. Full build.
Your soul awaits. An enemy has been slain.
Let's go.
Just what I need.
Oh, he's trying to get away.
Soul awaits.
Oh, our guys got him. Look at that Gatling gun. Ooh, that passive damage, baby. Let's go.
What a round.
Nice.
You're still
That passive damage with that Polynomicon going to work, son.
has just begun.
Ooh, nice. Very nice. Very nice. As you can see, man, having those passive damage numbers come up, especially with that Polynomicon, is just nasty. Very nice. Again, we're playing against hard bots, man. So until this guy goes live on Tuesday, we're not really going to get a really good litmus test, but this is kind of a sneak peek, right? And this is definitely going to be the build I'm going to try out of the gate. Seems to be working very well for my playstyle with this guy. So we came out 15, 3, and 22, 28,000 player damage, 30,000 mini damage in all. Not bad for playing against bots. But who cares about that, dude? This is what we're interested in right here. And that's the fact that we came out with 523 magic item power, which is really good, especially after that 30% nerf we got, right? 2.2 attack speed, which is amazing. 24 life steal, which is really, really nice. 30 percentage pin, which is going to be awesome, especially with those basic attacks. And we came out with 20% cooldown reduction because we had that red buff on him. So normally you'd only have 10% cooldown reduction. But because of his passive, we also had 2,610 hit points. And keep in mind that every time you get those souls and go back to your fountain, you get that extra health up to 350 health, which works out really, really well. But anyway, that's our Charon build for coming out of the gate for 10.7. Hey man, are you gonna be playing Karon? If so, put your build in the comments down below. I'd love to see what you're gonna try rolling out with, right? Again, don't forget, we're gonna be testing this guy live this Tuesday, the 11th of July at 11:30 Eastern Standard Time on our Twitch stream. Again, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I'm Darkgarza, the OG on GGC. We'll see you next time.